Hi guys, and welcome to this Pick a Card Tarot reading where we are going to be looking at who secretly wants to be your Valentine this year, as well as getting a special Valentine's Day message for you. I'm super excited for this reading. I love holidays. I love themes. I studied French like from middle school through college, and let me tell you, no one likes holidays as much as American foreign language teachers. We celebrated everything from Arbor Day to like just absolutely anything you could think of. And I'd like to continue that tradition. I still love holidays, and I'm excited to see what is going to come through in this reading. Really quickly before we get into the reading, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Hannah and I post pick a card readings on my channel a few times a week, so feel free to subscribe if you're interested in seeing them in the future. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. It means a lot to me. I do offer private readings as well as energy healing sessions and birth chart readings. You can see my website blatherbie.com for more information. I also will be teaching a class on tarot if you're interested from February to March of this year, mostly looking at tarot from a Jungian perspective and a spiritual perspective. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can check that out on my website as well. And again, just like thank you to everyone for supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me, and I love you all. Valentine's Day vibes. Thank you. I'm very grateful. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the pile selection. Again, the question for this video is who secretly wants to be your Valentine this year, and also like what do you need to know for Valentine's Day. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 on the left, let me just move the microphone a little bit. Pile number 1 on the left, this is the Marshmallow Marseille deck with a Scarlet Temple Lemurian crystal. This one has an Isis face, which is a 5-sided face, which is really good for connecting to goddess energy. It also has a past time link, which is really good for connecting to the past. And this deck is holographic, which I love. I think this deck is so fun. And that is pile number 1, the Marshmallow Marseille with this Scarlet Temple Lemurian. Pile number 2 is this Barbie tarot deck with a piece of kunzite. You guys, I bought this deck and it's really cute, it's cool, but I do have some beefs with it. But I've never tried to really read with it yet, so I am trying it out in this video and I'm excited to see what happens with it. And then pile number 3 on the right, this is the Queen Alice Tarot by Dame Darcy with this little smoky quartz cluster. This one also has a pastime link, and this is one of the first crystals I ever bought, so it has a special place in my heart. So those are the piles to choose from. If you need a little bit more time, feel free to pause the video to meditate to see which pile is calling to you. And once you've made your selection, I'll have all of the timestamps linked down below so you can easily jump to the pile that's calling you, and I will see you at the timestamp. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 1 or the Marshmallow Marseille deck with the Scarlet Temple Lemurian, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's find out who secretly wants to be your Valentine, and also what your guides want you to know for this Valentine's Day. Okay. We invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us. About everyone that chose pile 1, we invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible, with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 1 that we can. Now right now we're asking who secretly wants to be pile 1's Valentine. What do you need to know or need to hear about this person? What information is coming through about who secretly wants to be your Valentine? Also, I apologize just in case you hear anything in the background. Hopefully it's not going to be an issue, but my next door neighbors have been doing construction and it has been a little bit loud. And I haven't heard anything yet today, but in case you do hear something in the background, I apologize. But getting back to the question, who secretly wants to be your Valentine, pile 1? Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? What do you need to know about this person? Let's find out. Okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? I do feel like for you guys, I'm going to pull more cards, of course, and see, but I do feel like this might be a work connection or someone that you know from work. But let's see what else is coming through. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? The Hanged Man. The 2 of Swords. Or is this Wands? I think this is Wands. 2 of Wands. I love Marseille decks. A Marseille deck was my first ever tarot deck. But you guys, I'm kind of stupid sometimes, and I have a hard time. I'm like, is that a wand? Is that a sword? And then also there's so many Roman numerals. I'm like, what is that? What number is that? Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's clarify. Let's hear. Ooh. I almost knocked my coffee over. Let's clarify and get a little bit more information. Why is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse in this reading? Why is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse? What is that telling us? We have the 5 of Wands. Why is the Hanged Man in this reading? Ooh! I dropped some of the cards. Oh, but I dropped just the perfect amount. Perfect. Okay, clarifying the Hanged Man, we have the Hermit. Clarifying the 2 of Wands, we have the Moon. I love this card in this deck. This is one of the reasons why I bought this deck. I think this card is so pretty. I'm just going to grab one more. Why is the 10 of Cups in reverse? Why is the 10 of Cups in reverse? We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. And the bottom of the deck is the Death card. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of oracle cards for you guys and get a little bit more information, but I'm just gonna start with these cards first and tell you what is coming through. And I'll tell you right away, first of all, I don't think that this person is super secret. I think they are and also not. So I think this is someone that you've had a little bit of experience with, a little bit of history with. It feels like someone that like things started with them, but it was kind of hard to get it off the ground. And I feel like this person is why it was stuck. It was like you were willing to move it forward. You were like, okay, let's get it going. And this person was kind of stuck. And so I feel like for some of you, you may have kind of put an end to this connection, or you may have kind of moved away from it a little bit. But this person is still thinking about the situation. This person's feeling sorry for themselves that they lost you, basically. But one thing that's coming through about this person is that this person is, like, they're not the best to be in a relationship with. And I think you know that because, like I said, I do think that some of you have kind of moved away from this person a little bit. This person has a hard time looking at themselves clearly and really looking at what they need to work on. This person has a tendency to kind of feel sorry for themselves instead of working on themselves or working on their problems, for example, and that kind of keeps this person stuck a little bit. One thing that's coming through as well is that there was a lot of unexpressed feeling. This person did have a lot of feelings for you that they did not know how to express, and it's like those feelings are still there and they don't know what to do with them because they never expressed them in the first place, and they're still there, and they're just kind of like Again, I do feel like there is kind of a work connection for some of you. Like for some of you, you may work with this person. Also keep in mind, this is a general reading. So there's going to be multiple people watching each pile. Not everything may resonate 100%, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, it's meant for someone else. But I do think that some of you like have, like either you literally work with this person, or your business like does business with them. Maybe you study together if you guys are still in school. It's like, it does feel like there's some connection through work or school, again, depending on your age. We have the romance card. In terms of zodiac signs here, we do have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So we have a lot of water. We also have Virgo with the Hermit. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? We have interference. Shattered. And let's get one more. Solitude. And I'm just going to grab a couple of zodiac cards to get a little bit more information. Okay, so here's the message that's coming through about them. Okay, so again, it feels like this was something that, it kind of was started, this person was kind of hot and cold, or maybe a little bit stuck. They weren't coming as, like, along with you, or they were kind of hesitant, not really willing to put in like the time and effort, or that's what it felt like to you. And again, I feel like you have kind of moved on in a sense from this person. This person is now kind of feeling the effects of that. I feel like you have kind of already went through a little bit of a grieving process in relation to this person, where I feel like you've kind of you've tried to accept a situation of being like, you know what, like that's what it is. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. I'm not gonna try to force it. I'm just gonna let it go and kind of accept the situation. This person hasn't done that. Again, they're kind of in this like self-pity mode where they're like, oh my gosh, I had this amazing person and they didn't see how great I am. You know, instead of looking at themselves kind of honestly and looking at, okay, how did I contribute to this situation? They have the tendency to kind of put the blame on everyone else instead of really looking at themselves. And again, this person, the message that's coming through about them is they're kind of stuck on you. They're thinking about you, and I do think that they may reach out to you. And your guides are saying that this is not the right person for you right now. I know that's kind of a depressing message to get on this question, since we were like, who secretly wants to be your Valentine? But this person does want to be your Valentine, and your guides are saying this person is not worthy of being your Valentine right now. It's not that they're a bad person. It's not that, you know, there's something wrong with them. But this person has a lot going on underneath the surface that they kind of need to attend to before they can really be in a relationship. This person, I think, has been hurt quite deeply, either in like a family relationship or a romantic relationship, or both. Like this person has lost, either like they've lost someone very dear to them, like they've ended, like it's like there's some kind of loss that they've never fully gotten over. And there's a lot of fear for them around emotionally connecting with people. Until this person really works through that fear and is able to open emotionally and connect to people that way, it's going to be really challenging to make a relationship work. Not just with you, with absolutely anyone. And your guides want you to know that the way that this person is with you is how they are in every relationship. This is not specific to you. It's not like you did something wrong, or this person doesn't care about you enough and that's why they acted this way. This is how this person acts in relationships. This person could have literally Beyonce in front of them and they would still be emotionally unavailable. Like that's just how they are right now. And again, your guides are like, what really needs to happen is this person needs to confront their fears around emotional intimacy, and they need to confront their feelings before they can actually be in a relationship. This person is, I think, a pretty good talker. I think this person is pretty good at telling people maybe what they want to hear, or projecting a certain image that they're maybe not able to maintain. Like this person may be a little bit like all talk and no show a little bit. And so one thing, again, I do feel like this person is going to reach out to you. And your guides are saying it's really important that you look not just at what this person is saying, because again, I do feel like this person is really good at knowing what someone wants to hear and saying that, but also what is this person actually doing? Like, is this person doing any work on themselves? Is this person, like, are they aware of how they contributed to the situation between the two of you? You know, are they aware of what they did or what they brought to the table, and what are they doing to make sure that those patterns don't continue in the future? I don't know that this person is really doing a lot yet. And your guides are also saying that this person may be hurt by you rejecting them, and that's okay. Your guides, again, I can tell that you care a lot about this person. It feels like you have a lot of affection for them. And again, they care about you as well. But your guides are saying, like, feelings aren't everything, in the sense that just because this person cares about you doesn't mean that they're able to express that in a way that's healthy or in a way that you deserve, if that makes sense. This person is just not quite ready for a long-term relationship. And your guides, again, they're saying that you turning this person down is going to be a little hurtful for them. That's not your fault. And also, this person may need to feel that pain in order to really motivate them to change. It's like when people have to hit rock bottom, you know what I mean? It's like if you're not a little bit uncomfortable or unhappy in your situation, why would you change? Why would you do anything differently if everything's perfect and great and you're not feeling uncomfortable? Why would you change, you know? So this person may have to go through that pain in order to really start that journey of self-reflection and change. Because with the Death card, the Hermit and the Moon, I do think that this person is about to kind of start a little bit of a spiritual journey, a healing journey. Right now, this person is stuck and they're having a hard time looking at themselves. But I think, especially if this person reaches out to you and you are politely like, yeah, no, I think that could really start a process of introspection and healing for this person. But keep in mind that that's going to take a while. And again, I don't think that they're quite at that point where they're doing it yet. So let's see what else is coming through. We have Sagittarius. What do you need to know or need to hear about this person that secretly wants to be your Valentine? We have Saturn. Gemini. And let's get one more. Pluto. Okay, so there's a couple things coming through. Again, I don't think that you are meant to be with this person right now. Of course, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. You can, like, obviously, who am I? You know, you don't need to listen to me. But the message that's coming through to me is that this is not necessarily the right person for you right now. I do think that this person has traits of the partner that you need right now, or the person that the universe wants to bring in for you. But it's like they're 80 or 90%. Excuse me. It's like they have 80% of the traits, but not 100% of the traits. And really what they're missing is this willingness to really look at themselves and heal. That's something that they really struggle with. And again, your guides are saying, like, relationships are a two-way street, and that's really what's challenging about this person has a hard time recognizing that, where it's kind of like all about them a little bit. It's like, how are they feeling? And they have a hard time they have a hard time looking at themselves objectively and looking at, okay, how did I contribute? This person's intentions are good, and this person tends to look at themselves by their intentions and not what actually happened. Again, one thing that's coming through is this is not a bad person. I do feel like this person has been through something challenging. Either they've had a challenging childhood, or they went through something when they were older, like in a romantic relationship that really hurt them. And this person developed unhelpful patterns of relationship as a result of that are not helpful. And again, what this person has a really hard time looking at is where it's like, Okay, so this is kind of hard to explain a little bit, but it's like this person really wants to be in a relationship. But again, this person doesn't know how to be in a relationship, and they have these unhelpful patterns. And so this person is desperately trying to be in a relationship. At the same time, there's a lot of fear around being in a relationship. So it's like they unconsciously self-sabotage or start fights or look for problems because they're afraid of committing. And it's like they don't recognize that they're doing that. You know, they don't recognize the way it's like you know, when like part of healing, I think, is looking at what you want to happen in your life versus what you're actually doing, if that makes sense. It's like, for example, I don't know, like if you want to, I don't know why I'm having a hard time thinking of examples, but like the first thing that came to my mind was like if you want to open your own business, but you sit around and like smoke weed all day. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's also like, are those actions contributing to you opening a business or not? You know, where it's like, it's not always the universe being against you. Sometimes your actions play a part in that too. And this person right now, they can't see that. Where I feel like for you, you're like, okay, yeah, like you did this, that, like that is like you contributed to this relationship not working out. This person genuinely has a hard time seeing that. And that's why it's so challenging for this person to be in a relationship until they really start healing that stuff, so that they really look objectively at their patterns and see what they're bringing into things. But your guides are like, this person has feelings for you, and when they tell you that, they're going to be honest. You know, it's like when they say they have feelings for you, they're not lying. What this person is quote unquote lying about, but I don't think they realize that they're lying, is their readiness for a relationship. This person is not the most emotionally available person, and again, they need to do a little bit of healing first before they're really ready for a relationship. Another thing that's coming through is that you guys that chose this pile have healing energy. You guys, like you have healing energy, both for yourselves and for other people. And something that an energy healer told me once that has like always stuck with me, this was like right when I started doing energy healing, and I was in a relationship at the time that was not good with someone who was not good for me, and he had a lot of problems. And I was like very focused on like, oh my gosh, how can I help him, and like what can I do for him? And the energy healer that I was working with was like, listen, you have healing energy, and in this lifetime you are going to attract people that need healing. But she was like, those people that need healing need to be your clients, not in your bed. Like, you can't heal someone by like being in a relationship with them. That's not really how it works. And that's kind of a message that's coming through here for you as well. It's like, you guys are very healing. Like, you have a very comforting, sweet, healing energy, and you are going to attract people that need healing. And you guys, it feels like you are very empathetic, and so it feels like you do want to help people in that way. But your guides are also saying, like, be aware of how you help them. Like, it's okay to help someone as a friend as opposed to a lover, because it's important that you keep yourself in mind as well. You keep your own boundaries in mind, and you're aware of what's good for you and not just what's good for the other person. And I feel like that's one lesson here a little bit, is like, yes, this person needs help, but like your love, like you being in an unfortunate relationship with them, is not really what they need, you know? Both for you and for them. I do feel like you guys have a relationship coming in that's significant. Look at this. The Choice card. I feel like you guys are going to, look at this candle, just went crazy too. I feel like you guys are going to have more options coming in soon than just this person. And again, it does feel like it feels like this person reaching out or saying something to you, it's closing some of the cycles. Because I feel like, again, you've done some work on letting go of this person, but it feels like there is a little bit of something left too. And it feels like this person reaching out is going to help close that cycle and help you get a little bit of closure. And I also think that once that closure comes in, you're going to notice other people coming forward. Like, you're going to notice other people being interested, you having more options. And one thing that your guides want you to know is that you are going to have a really beautiful love life. you have endurance. Your guides are saying you have such amazing energy and you have so much to give. They're like, we would never ask you to be alone. Like, that's not something that's going to happen in this lifetime. But they're also saying, like, they really want to make sure that you get what you deserve. And this person, you have the Connect card. Again, they're not a bad person, but they're not able to give you what you deserve right now. They're not in a place where they're able to love themselves fully, and they're not in a place where they're able to share love with other people either. And we also have the Change card. And again, I do feel like this person is capable of change, but it feels like they haven't changed yet. And again, one thing that's coming through is you gently, of course not being rude, but being like, listen, this relationship just doesn't meet my needs. Like, I care about you as a friend, but like as a lover, it wasn't quite enough. Like, you saying something like that, again, it's going to be painful for them to hear, but it feels like that pain may be what gets them to change. And so don't feel bad about it if you have to say that. It's like, it just needs to happen. This person needs to hear that. And again, your guides are like, you can't do healing for other people. Like, no, like, this is no shade at all, but your guides are like, we have enough to heal ourselves. Like, you have enough healing to do on your own. You can't also worry about healing another person. Like, just focus on yourself. And your guides are also saying, like, again, I'm seeing a significant relationship come in for you. And this significant relationship, I'm not seeing a timeline on it, but the message that's coming through is that is a person that is capable and willing of healing. Like, it's not someone that, it's not like a pet project or someone that you need to do work on, or, you know, you need to like open their heart. It's like, this person's already done that. This person's already worked through their stuff. They're already open and ready. Like, this is an emotionally available person ready for a relationship. This person is not that person. And again, your guides are encouraging you. They're like, stay strong, because things will change. Things are going to be different. You are going to get different people coming in. You are going to get different types of relationships. You're not going to have the same type of relationship over and over again. And they're saying, like, hold on just a little bit more, because again, there are more people coming in. There are more options coming in, and there are people that are healed, emotionally available, and ready for a relationship that are coming in. So that's what I'm seeing for who secretly wants to be your Valentine. I'm just going to pull a couple cards and see if there's anything coming through for a Valentine's message for you. What does pile 1 need to know or need to hear for Valentine's Day? What's this Valentine's Day message for pile 1? Your guides are also saying, like, it may be helpful for you to spend some time alone right now. And when I've gotten that message in the past, I've been offended a little bit. I don't know if that was your reaction. And your guides are like, it's not because you're meant to be alone. It's not because, you know, there's no one for you. Quite the opposite. Your guides are like spending a little bit of time on your own and really looking at your own patterns of like, okay, where am I holding myself back in relationships, and really doing that work a little bit first is going to make it a lot easier to really move the relationship forward when this person comes in. Okay, Valentine's Day message. Where did this card go? We have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so one thing that's coming through, I'm seeing you as the Queen of Swords, and I'm seeing this person as the Page of Pentacles. And what that is telling me is that this person just isn't giving you enough. And I think you knew that already. And it's not, again, it's not that this person doesn't care. It's not that this person, you know, doesn't want to give you that. It's that they're just not capable of it. They haven't done the inner work necessary to be able to give you more than that. And your guides are saying it's important for you to recognize that, and your guides are saying it's important for you to recognize your worth. Like, it's important for you to recognize your needs in a relationship, and that if your needs aren't being met, no matter how sweet or kind the person, if your needs aren't getting met, it's time to move on. Again, with the Eight of Cups, I do really feel like part of what's happening this Valentine's Day is you releasing certain cycles. And again, it feels like one of those cycles may come from this person contacting you or something happening with them that helps release some of the cycles that may still be there between the two of you. And one thing that's coming through as well is your guides are really encouraging you to spend a little bit of time meditating. It feels like you're not 1000% grounded, and so getting really grounded and having a consistent meditation routine could be helpful. And again, your guides are also saying, like, they're like, not much longer. You're not going to be in this like single stage or in this stage of your love life much longer. This is a temporary period, and remembering that may be helpful. But that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile number 1. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you for letting me share this message with you. I'm sending lots of love and light your way. Again, if you're interested, I do offer private readings. You can see my website, blatherbie.com, for more information. Again, sending lots of love and light, and have a great day. Oh no. Okay. Hi guys, if you chose pile 2 or the kunzite stone with the Barbie tarot, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see who secretly wants to be your Valentine this year and what Valentine's Day message is coming through for you. I chose this pile, full disclosure, so I'm extra excited to see what's going to come through. And like I said, I'm excited to use this deck and see what comes through as well. So we invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 2 and the person that secretly wants to be their Valentine. We invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 2 that we can. Again, looking for information on who secretly wants to be pile 2's Valentine. Ooh, this one flew. We have the Ace of Wands. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? Okay, so like I said, I do have some beefs with this deck. And the primary beef is that I just feel like it's not diverse at all. Like, there's only one Barbie and she's like blonde and white, and I don't know, I wish they had put a little bit more diversity in, but we'll see what kind of comes through apart from that. But I did want to address that because I'm like, I was a little bit taken aback when I first saw it. I did want to address that I was a little bit like, okay, we could use some other people in this deck also. But what else is coming through for you, pile 2, about who wants to be your secret Valentine? Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? 3 of Wands. Oh my god, you guys, I have to show you the funniest card from this deck though. I'll show you. Maybe it will come out. I'll show. There's one deck when I first saw this card in this deck, I cried laughing. And maybe it will come out, maybe not. If it doesn't come out, I'll look for it and show it to you. Because it's really funny. But what else do you need to know about who secretly wants to be your Valentine? The Wheel of Fortune. The King of Cups. Why is the Ace of Wands in this reading? Why is the Ace of Wands here? We have the 5 of Wands. Why is the 3 of Wands here? What is the 3 of Wands telling us? The Fool. Why is the Wheel of Fortune in this reading? We have the 6 of Pentacles. And why is the King of Cups here? What is the King of Cups telling us about who secretly wants to be your Valentine? We have the World card. And this is like the most diversity we have, just a non-curly haired Barbie. And the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. I'm going to put just this card down. I'm going to try to find, I was telling you, there's this one card that's really funny in this deck. So I'll look for it while I give you these messages. Also, if you skipped the shuffling, I did just want to say, like I said, I did have like a quote-unquote beef with this deck, and my primary beef is it's a little bit repetitive. You can see there's just the same Barbie logo, and there's like no diversity, which I'm not a huge fan of, obviously, but we'll let it be for now. So here are the messages that are coming through for you, pile 2. Okay, number 1. This person literally looks at you. Okay, let me just also show you this card really quickly, because I was telling you there was one card in this deck that made me cry laughing. The other beef with this deck that I have is I feel like the images don't line up well with the cards themselves, where I'm like, why is this the 5 of Wands? I don't know. But you guys, look at this card. Look at the Death card. She's almost getting hit by a taxi. Like, what? When I saw this, I was like, this is so funny. This is perhaps the best card in any deck I've ever seen. But anyway, let me stop talking about this Barbie deck and start talking about this message for you. Okay, this is someone that's like at a distance to you. Okay, there's a lot coming through. So there's multiple people. There's multiple people that want to be your Valentine. And a lot of them are people that are at a distance to you, people that you don't know. Like this card, as soon as this came out, it made me think of like you like going out like in your neighborhood grocery shopping and people just noticing you, like people thinking that you're really attractive, people being like, wow, I would love to get to know them. So again, I do feel like you have admirers just like when you go out. What's coming through is that those of you that chose this pile, like you have, like I don't think you realize the energy that you have. I don't think you would see yourself this way. But other people see you as someone who is very confident, projects themselves really well into the world. Someone, like, people really like your style, like the way that you dress yourself, the energy that you have, the way that you kind of interact with the world. Again, I feel like to you, the way that you do that is just kind of normal. It's like whatever, you don't think that much about it. But other people, like they really notice a style to it and they feel like you're really put together. They really like the way you look, like they like the way you carry yourself, and again, you attract a lot of attention. So I do feel like some of the people that want to be, again, because I'm getting multiple people, some of the people that want to be your Valentine are people that like you see in your neighborhood, or you see like on like when you're walking around, or just like day-to-day kind of everyday things, people that you don't know but that you may like see often, you know what I mean? like people, you draw people's attention. Even if you don't realize it, you really draw people's attention. Also, like, if you guys are on social media, people, like, look at your social media. And again, I feel like to you, this is just kind of normal, where you're like, yeah, like, that's just, like, it's not a big deal. But other people are like, how are you able to do that? Like, how, like, people really like the way you look, like, your image, your style, and, like, people want to copy it almost, is kind of what's coming through. Like, people are looking at your stuff being like, how can I do that? How can I, like, project that energy? How can I, like, do, like, people are looking to you for inspiration. Also, like, one thing that's coming through, and again, you may not see yourself this way, but other people, like, you project this image of, like, wealth into the world. Like, other people think that you are very wealthy, regardless of whether or not you're not. Like I said, I picked this pile, and you guys, my bank just closed my account without, like, they closed all American accounts, and I literally have no money in my, I literally have no money right now, because my account is, like, blocked. But, like, other people, they feel like you have a really good eye for taste. So, like, even if your clothes are cheap, the way that you dress yourself and the way that you put things together, it looks expensive. Like, you look expensive. And so one of the reasons why people are kind of drawn to you is you have this aura of just, like, taste and elegance, and people kind of want to be a part of that. We have the romance card. One thing that's coming through is, like, some of you, again, keep in mind that this is a general reading, so there's going to be multiple people watching each reading. And so not everything may resonate 100%, but one thing that's coming through is, like, for those, like, some of you are in school, and some of you have graduated school, and if you're in school, like, there's a lot of people, like, you have a lot of secret admirers in your school. If not, like, there's someone from your school that you graduated with that, like, has a crush on you still and, like, thinks about you. In general, like, what's coming through here more is, like, what people are attracted to about you. Like, because what's coming through again is that you have, like, multiple people that want to be your Valentine. And people feel like you are, again, like, people are just really drawn to your energy in the way you present yourself. And again, I feel like to you, this is so normal, where you're like, this may be kind of surprising to you, but other people see you as incredibly intelligent, incredibly hardworking. Again, even people that don't know you very well, like, you project this image of yourself as being very confident, being able to take care of things, like, being super intelligent, but also knowing how to have fun. And that's, like, a very intoxicating combination. It's like you play hard, work hard kind of energy, where people feel like you are the total package. And again, people feel like you are this exciting, almost exotic or different, like, you bring something really interesting to the table. You're really fun and playful and passionate and spontaneous. Like, that's the energy that people get from you. But at the same time, like, you know when to put your nose down, do the work, really focus on things, and get things done. Like, you get things done. And people find that really attractive about you. One thing that's coming through is, like, you guys are going to have kind of a power couple at some point in your life. Like, that's, like, I know this is so random, because this is not about, like, who secretly wants to be your Valentine, but one thing that's coming through is those of you that chose this pile, you are going to have, I wouldn't maybe say a prominent relationship, but, like, you are going to have a relationship with someone that is prominent in their field, and it's going to be kind of a power couple energy. Like, it feels like you guys, I know this sounds kind of strange, but it's like you attract famous people, or you attract people that are well known in their field, because I feel like you are those things. Even if you don't recognize that in yourself, like, you are those things, and you're attracting that to you. Again, something that's coming through as well is there may be people from other countries that are attracted to you. And I feel like that may be more, like, on social media, or if, like, you're in school and there's exchange students or something like that, like, you get their attention. We have the healing card. We have the connection card. And we also have the confusion card. So there is also this energy kind of coming in from someone from the past, where it feels like there is someone, probably with water sign placements, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, from the past, and it feels like this person is kind of confused about their connection with you. I feel like the relationship ended on kind of like a confusing note, or one or both of you were confused, where like maybe one of you was like, I'm done, and the other person felt like it came out of nowhere. Maybe there was like this kind of vague, like maybe we'll get back together one day. It just feels like there's this kind of confusion, and this person is thinking about you, and they're wondering like, is it really over? Like, is that really it, or is there more to come? I do feel like that person from the past I think that they're seeing other people. I don't know that they're dating other people, but I do think that that person from the past is seeing other people. And I feel like they kind of compare everyone to you in a way, where it's like, I think this person from the past is pretty critical, is kind of what's coming through about them, where it's like, they just like find problems very easily. I feel like this person kind of has commitment issues. This person from the past is kind of how it's coming through. Or maybe not, but like basically what's coming through about them is that you are the closest thing that they've found to like the one. Like, you are the closest thing they've found to someone that just has everything that they're looking for. And each new person they kind of compare to you, and they're like, is this person as fun? Is this person as interesting? Is this person as hardworking? Is this person as capable of like doing this and that as Pile 2 was? And they haven't found someone like you. And so I feel like you have almost this kind of mythical stance in their mind, because I feel like part of it is too that you haven't talked to this person in a while. And you know, when like you don't speak to someone, like the nostalgia kind of comes in. This person is in this kind of nostalgic period about you, thinking like what are they up to? Is this really the end? And I feel like this person, what this person from the past really likes about you also is that you seem really hard to get. Like, you have this energy of like, I'm not gonna let anyone control me. I'm my own person, and like that's that. And this person likes that. This person likes that you know what you want and you go after what you want. Because this person likes the chase. They like the conquest, and like you are like a big chase, if that makes sense. Like, they feel like it's really hard to tie you down. And so like if they were the one to do that, they would feel really good about themselves. We have Mars, Aries and Scorpio vibes, Aquarius, Taurus, and Pluto. I'm just going to grab a couple cards from this deck. We have Light, Forgive, Choice, and Boundaries. Okay, so one thing that's coming through for those of you that like the past thing resonated, I do feel like this person also kind of wants to reach out and apologize about something. It feels like both of you are very stubborn. Like, both of you can be like you don't love to like change your opinion, or like your opinion, you're like, that's the fact of it, the situation. Like, it just feels like you're both kind of stubborn, and I feel like that's kind of also kind of what was going on. It was like you guys had a disagreement, and there was pride that really came in more than anything else, and I feel like that is kind of what is leaving. If you feel a sense of like lack of closure, or if they feel a sense of lack of closure, it's partially because there was pride that got in the way, and this person kind of wants to reach out and apologize. Like, they don't want the two of you to be on bad terms. I don't know that that person is going to reach out and try to make things super official with you this Valentine's Day, because again, I do feel like they're seeing other people, and it also feels like that person may be at a distance to you, like you may be kind of far away. And this person also feels very practical, where I don't see this person wanting to do like, not that you can be like, not, okay, I don't know why I can't speak right now. Not that being in a long distance relationship isn't practical, but I feel like this person is like, that's not something that they're interested in doing. So I don't really see this person reaching out and like trying to establish a relationship, but I do see this person reaching out and kind of being like, look, I'm sorry about what happened. I'm like, how are you? What have you been up to? Just kind of catching up in that sense, because this person really, like, this person from the past admires you. Again, like, they see you as this larger than life figure, where they feel like you are like incredibly spontaneous and passionate and interesting and cool, and you just do all, like, this person is amazed at how you put your dreams into fruition, like how you dream something and then just immediately make it happen. This person feels like you're really lucky. They feel like you just have a really good energy, and they miss having that energy in their life. And again, I don't see this person necessarily reaching out and being like, I'm in love with you, or like, let's try again. But I feel like this person's gonna reach out, try to bury the hatchet in some respect, try to be like, I'm sorry, I don't want us to be on bad terms, and maybe try to maintain a friendship. And for this person, like, having a friendship is also kind of them keeping tabs on you, in a way of them being like, okay, like, are you seeing someone, like, what's going on in that respect? Like, this person's interested in that for you, but again, I don't feel like this person's ready to like move into a relationship yet. And I also don't feel like you are either. I don't think that you are being encouraged to make that a huge focus of your life right now. Of course, I definitely see you guys, like I said, I saw a prominent relationship coming in for you, but I feel like right now you're being encouraged to focus more on yourself, developing yourself, focusing on like work and things that you're passionate about, as opposed to like really settling down. It feels like that isn't the right time for that to happen right now. Also, like, weird message, but if you guys are about to travel or go on vacation, like, you're also gonna get a lot of attention while you're on vacation. Again, one thing that people find like really attractive about you, weirdly, is that you have like this really sweet energy that is super, it's like there's something about you that's really approachable, but then there's also something about you that's not approachable, where it's like you seem like this really sweet person, and you project this image of yourself. Like, a lot of people see you as the perfect partner, where they're like, oh my god, I would love to have a partner like that. And there's this side of you that seems really approachable, but then there's also this side of you that is not approachable, and that's something that's like, the fact that you're unattainable, that's something that's attractive. It's like it activates the desire for like a chase or to win in some people, and some people find that really attractive. Like, they like that you're kind of hard to get. And some people also feel like, some people feel like you're like really attractive, and that you know that, and they also find that attractive. Like, that, like, the kind, like, I just, like, like a dialogue that just came into my mind was like someone complimenting you, like being like, wow, like, you look really good today, and you just being like, yeah, I know. You know, like, I don't need you to tell me that. Like, I know I look good. And people, like, some people find that like incredibly attractive about you. And again, like, you have a very fun-loving spirit, and people really like that. People feel like the two of you would have a lot of fun together. Like, you would go on a lot of adventures. And again, like, what's really coming through is there's multiple people that want to be your Valentine. Like, there's more than one person, so it's hard to narrow it down. A lot of them are people that you know from your vicinity, your neighborhood. If you're on social media, there's definitely people on social media that are watching you. Again, it's also people that, like, it's like people at a distance, like people that you don't know well. Or again, it does feel like there's someone from the past that's at a distance, but it feels like that person isn't ready for like a romantic rekindling, but they may be reaching out as friends. And to just kind of like clear the air between the two of you so that there's no bad blood. Because this person does care about you, and they don't want there to be like anything weird between the two of you. And this person may also be able to help you in your career somehow for some of you. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards and see what message is coming through just in general about Valentine's Day for you. Like, what is your Valentine's Day message? Pile 2. What do you need to know or need to hear this Valentine's Day? People also, like with the boundaries and the Queen of Swords, like people see you as someone with strong boundaries, even if you don't see yourself that way. And again, that's something that is attractive. Wow. Okay, so we have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Oops. And we have the King of Cups in reverse, the Four of Cups upright, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So we have a ton of water here with the Death card and these Cups cards. Some of you guys may have Cancer placements, or I meant water placements, not just Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe you also have Cancer placements. But your guides want you to know that there is a change coming. Like, your guides are saying that you haven't been fully satisfied with your love life up until now. Like, you've been kind of looking for something more, and that something more is about to come in, but it feels like there's a part of you that's resisting it. And your guides are saying, like, don't resist it, because it's for your highest and greatest good. It's not something that's going to upset you, or it's like this change is positive, but this change also requires letting go of certain things from the past, certain habits, certain cycles, certain ways of operating in relationships. And your guides are saying that you kind of know what they are. Again, I'll just share for me personally, not saying this is the same thing for you, but for me personally, I have a really hard time communicating my feelings and my needs. Like, I would rather just say nothing sometimes than like tell someone how I feel, and that's something that is not helpful in a relationship. It is not conducive to being emotionally available. And that's something that I know that I need to work on. Again, not saying the same thing for you, but your guides are saying, like, you kind of know what it is that you need to work on in relationships. And you're really being encouraged to spend some time and effort really working on that, getting comfortable with it, because the more that you do that, the easier it's going to be to bring this person in. Again, your guides are saying there's a lot of people that are interested in you, but you're not noticing them, and B, it does feel like you're kind of hung up on something from the past that's causing you to not notice opportunities in the present. And so asking your guides and allowing closure to come in on that is going to be helpful. Your guides are also saying the future of your love life is going to be very different than the past, and really accepting that, knowing that it's true, and also allowing something different. And your guides are also saying what's coming in, you have never known it before. Like, again, it's something totally new, and it can be hard for our brains to like wrap our mind around the unknown. So your guides are saying don't try to like think about it too hard. Just accept the possibility that there's something new, something improved coming in, and then just kind of wait and see what happens. But there's really exciting changes coming in, and you are being encouraged to really get in touch with your emotions, to see how you're feeling, and to allow yourself to feel them, regardless of what they are, regardless of if they're quote-unquote socially acceptable or not. And your guides are also saying there's no time limit on certain emotions. Like, if you've been feeling grief about something that happened a while ago, or something that you've been grieving about, like, there's no time limit on that. Like, giving yourself the permission to really feel that and let it move out of your system is going to be really helpful. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile 2. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. Again, I do offer private readings. If you're interested, you can see my website, blatherbie.com, for more information. Thank you again for watching, sending lots of love and light your way, and have a great day. Hi guys, if you chose pile 3 or the Queen Alice Tarot with the Smoky Quartz Cluster, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what is coming through about who secretly wants to be your Valentine, and also the message that your guides really want to share with you this Valentine's Day. I chose pile 2, but I'm also choosing to choose this pile because why not? So I'm extra excited to see what is going to come through for pile 3. So before we get into the reading, I'm just going to invite any ancestors, any spirit guides, any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 3 and who secretly wants to be their Valentine, as well as this Valentine's Day message. We invite these energies to please communicate in the most effective and concise way possible, with comfort and ease for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the most accurate and helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 3 that we can. So what do you need to know or need to hear about who secretly wants to be your Valentine? Who secretly wants to be your Valentine, pile 3? Ooh. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. Oops. Let's see if I can get it to stay up. This deck is pretty slippery. I don't know if you guys like have your own cards, if you have a collection. Like some decks are really thick and like rigid, and some are just really slippery, and the slippery ones are really fun to shuffle, I think, but when I try to get them to stay up like that, they slip and slide all over. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? What do you need to know or need to hear about who secretly wants to be your Valentine? We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Oops. And let's get one more. This is such a pretty deck, right? I really like James Darcy's art style for tarot. And we also have the Judgment card. So let's go ahead and clarify. Why is the 2 of Wands in reverse in this reading? What is that telling us? Why is the 2 of Wands in reverse? We have the Empress in reverse. Why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse in this reading? Why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here? What is that telling us? We have the Moon. Why is the King of Cups in reverse? What is that telling us? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And why is the Judgment card here? Why is the Judgment card here? What is that telling us for pile 3? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And the bottom of the deck is the Lovers in reverse. There is such a clear message here. Let me just... Okay, so I'm going to pull some oracle cards, but while I do that, I'm just going to tell you what message I'm seeing so far. And the very first thing that is coming through for you guys in this message is a little bit surprising to me, because if you've seen my other readings, I've mentioned how I don't love the term like twin flame, because I feel like there's a lot of information online that is kind of misleading. A lot of it is very different. Like some people use twin flame in one way and other people will use twin flame in a totally different way. And I've also seen a lot of people online in relationships that are kind of abusive or unhealthy or just not a great relationship, and the person kind of justifies it by saying that it's a twin flame connection. And so I feel like there's kind of a lot of baggage around that term in a way, and it's one that I don't use very lightly. However, I very much am getting that energy from this pile with the Two of Wands in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and even the Judgment card. It feels like those of you that chose this pile, you have a twin flame. Whether you want to call it a twin flame, whether you want to call it a soulmate, a spiritual partner, there is a very special relationship that has been kind of selected for you by the universe in a way. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate 100%, because there are multiple people watching this pile, each with their own story and their own unique situation. So do keep that in mind. But like even before we get into like the secret Valentine, the very first thing that's just like smacking me in the face is that you guys have a twin flame, soulmate, like spiritual type of relationship. And it feels like, again, keep in mind this is a general reading. Some of you have met this person already, some of you know. And if you know, like you will know. You will know in your gut if you've met this person who it is. Others of you haven't met this person yet, but I do think that you're going to meet them soon. I'm getting spring energy. This is just giving me spring. Like this is making me think of Easter. So I feel like around Easter, I'm specifically seeing like March, April being really important. So either some of you that know your twin flame, you're in separation from your twin flame or separation from this soulmate. You may hear from them or something may develop in the connection in March and April. Others of you where you're like, I don't know who this person is, I haven't met them yet, you're going to be meeting them in March or April, or there's going to be something kind of drawing you to that person. Let's see what else is coming through about who has a crush, who secretly wants to be your Valentine. That's a little bit, like not heavier, but that's a little bit more intense of a message than a secret Valentine. Let's see what else is coming through. One thing, wow. Okay, wow. We have the redacted card. We have the mirroring card. Like, what am I saying about twin flame, right? Like the mirroring. We also have the solitude card. And let's just get one more. We also have confusion. So okay, there's like a lot here. There's a lot here for you guys. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards and just get a little bit more information, because I want to make sure that I'm getting all the messages straight before I say too much. But what I am seeing is it does feel like, I mean, we have the Lovers in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse, the Solitude card. It does feel like this is like currently right now while you're watching this video, it's not the right time for the two of you to come into alignment yet. It feels like both of you have a few things that you need to work on. I'm seeing you really come through here as the Empress in reverse. So one thing that your guides are emphasizing, and this is in no way like shade, as I said, I picked this pile too, so this message is for me too. It feels like you aren't quite ready for that. It feels like you have a little bit of healing that needs to happen. There's things that you need to do on your side too. Like your guides really want to emphasize it's not just the other person. It's not just the other person that needs to work on certain things, do some self-work and really examine their patterns. It's also you. A couple things that are coming through, your guides are saying that really doing, really connecting to your emotions is important. Not intellectualizing your emotions, not understanding them, like why am I feeling that way? Not just naming the emotion, but really feeling it, like really allowing it to come up and out. That's really important. Also, dreams are really important for you right now, so I would definitely write your dreams down if you don't already do that. I've been writing my dreams down for like 2 years in a notes app on my phone, which is easy because it's just usually close to me, so I wake up in the morning and just write it down. And it's so fun to go back and look through old dreams, especially ones that come true. Like, it's so interesting to go back and see that. And your guides are saying that you guys get a lot of information in your dreams. You guys are very psychic people, those of you that chose this pile. Even if you don't see yourself that way, or you don't feel like you're fully in control of your gifts in a way, you guys are very psychic and you get a lot of your information in your dreams. And so if you don't already write them down, your guides are like, definitely start doing that so that you can start retaining some of that information. Your guides are also saying that there's a lot of confusion for those of you that chose this pile around who is my twin flame. Is this person my twin flame? Is this person a karmic? Is this person not a twin flame? And with the redacted and the confusion, as frustrating as I think this is for some people, you're not meant to know everything right now. If there are questions that you have about this connection, your guides are saying you're meant to have those questions. Part of it, your guides are saying part of what's going on right now is like you getting really comfortable with uncertainty and also getting comfortable with not knowing, because your guides again are saying that you guys are very psychic people, but even psychics like don't know everything, and getting really comfortable with that is something that like your guides are really asking you to do right now, to learn how to like have questions that are unanswered and be okay with that in a way, or proceed even if all of your questions aren't answered, to keep moving forward. And with the Judgment card, like that is a clear indication that clarity is coming. You are going to have the answers to your questions answered. You are going to have your questions answered. And again, a lot of those messages may come in through dreams. And again, I'm seeing that a lot of the clarity may come in March and April. I do feel like this is kind of similar to some of the other piles. I do feel like you guys are being encouraged to spend some time alone. I know that is like a depressing message, or at least when I've gotten that message for myself, I've been like, excuse you, what? Like, I've been a little bit offended, especially for Valentine's Day. But what's coming through, again, your guides are like, you guys have such a significant relationship coming in. Like, that your guys are like, this is major, this is significant, this is a big deal. And you're being encouraged to really like spend some time with yourself, in your emotions, really kind of looking at what you want out of a relationship, and also your patterns in a relationship, like looking at what you want and then looking at if the way you act in a relationship is in alignment with what you want. I'll put myself on blast here. Like I said, I picked this pile, and I'm again not saying that you have the exact same situation as me, just I sometimes I really like hearing other people give examples. It helps me kind of brainstorm for myself. So the message that's coming through for me specifically, again, not saying this is your situation, but for me, I know one thing, like I really want an honest partner, but I'm not always the most honest person. And it's not in terms of like seeing other people, that kind of thing. It's more like I have a really hard time communicating my emotions, especially if they're negative. Like if someone upsets me, or I have a really hard time expressing that. And if someone asks me, like, are you okay? I'll be like, yeah, but I'm not. You know what I mean? And not that, like, again, my intentions aren't terrible, but it's like I really want an honest relationship. I want like an emotional, like, deep connection. And if I'm not willing to contribute my emotions, how am I gonna have that? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of looking at that where it's like, what do you want? And then are your actions in alignment with what you want? And your guides are really encouraging you to spend a little bit of time looking at that. Your guides are saying that you guys have done a lot of that already. You guys have done a lot of work, and they're like commending you for that. They're like, this is not to say that like you have to start from square one. It's like you guys are saying that a lot of you that chose this pile are like in a, like, it's like I'm seeing advanced placement courses. It's like you guys are doing above and beyond. You're doing extra homework. You're like at the top of the class when it comes to doing work. But your guides are like, this is the final stretch. There's a little bit more that needs to be done. And again, they're not saying that like you guys have all of this work to do, but it's more emphasizing that there is a little bit of work that still needs to be done. And again, your guides are like, you're so close to the finish line. You're so close to the finish line, so let's finish out strong is like the message that's coming through. Again, one thing that I'm seeing for you guys here is that you have a hard time connecting into your emotions, kind of like what I was talking about. Maybe it's not that you struggle to communicate them. Maybe you have a hard time identifying them. Maybe you tend to ignore them or pretend like they're not there. But your guides are saying one thing that is essential to bring this person in is getting really clear about your emotions. And if your guides are saying that if you're having a hard time identifying your emotions, which a lot of people don't like, I feel like a lot of people think that this stuff is really easy or basic, but the fact is a lot of us didn't get good role models in terms of how to deal with emotions. Like, a lot of us didn't have great models and great information about how to process certain emotions, and our society really isn't comfortable with certain emotions like jealousy, anger, especially if you're a woman, or depending on like the body that you're in. Certain emotions are like, have been determined, you know what I mean? It's like society has just conditioned us around emotions. So one thing that your guides are saying is like, don't feel bad or like feel like you're stupid for not knowing this stuff, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. But they're saying one thing that is essential for you to bring this person in is to get really clear about your emotions. And if you have a hard time identifying what you're feeling, therapy may be something that's really helpful. For me, that was something that really helped me, where I wasn't super in tune with my emotions. I didn't really know. I knew that I felt bad, or I knew, that I wasn't, but I wasn't able to kind of put my finger on the nuance of what I was feeling. And so therapy was something that really helped me put words to that. And there's also other books, like one book that's coming to mind right now is The Tao of Fully Feeling by Pete Walker, who also wrote like the Complex PTSD Survival Guide or something like that. I know he's been canceled, unfortunately, but I do really like both of those books. They were really helpful for me in terms of figuring out like what I was feeling and just getting more comfortable with my emotions. But your guides are saying one thing that's really essential for bringing this person in is getting really comfortable with your emotions. And one thing that may be helpful as well is energy work. I have a lot of fire in my chart, so maybe that's why. But for me, energy work is something that has been so helpful in terms of bringing certain emotions to the surface that are ready to come out and allowing them to be kind of released in a safe way. Like, just like for me, that's been something that has been so helpful and has helped me a lot in my healing journey. And if that's something where you've been like consistently stuck, looking into energy healing is something that may be helpful. I do offer energy healing sessions, but there are also tons of other people. Obviously, you don't need to go to me, you could go to anyone, but yeah, that may be something that kind of, like for me, energy work kind of gently pushes some emotions up to the surface in a way that it's easier to deal with them. One thing that's also helpful, and this goes for therapy too, like it's helpful to have someone else there sometimes, where like sometimes the emotions that you've been pushing away are so intense and they've been pushed down for so long that like you can't really do it on your own, or there's a lot of fear around doing it on your own. So having a person there that you trust, that's guiding you through the process, can be really helpful. And again, that's where like therapy is really helpful for a lot of people. It's like that's where they're able to really work through certain things, is like having a person there with them, like that can make a big difference. So if you've been kind of stuck in certain areas, looking into something like that, therapy or energy healing, or even body work, just like working through emotions with another person present who's been trained in that kind of thing could be helpful. I'll get off my tangent now and start shuffling again. Again, what's coming through is I feel like a lot of you have met someone where you're wondering if that person is your twin flame. And your guides are saying, like, we have the Venus card. Your guides are saying you're not meant to know right now. And I know that's frustrating and I know that's annoying because like I said, I picked this pile and I relate. I 1000% relate. And your guides are like, they're recognizing that it's annoying, but they're also saying, like, this is not the right time for all of those answers to come into fruition. They're like, they're promising that you will get those answers, but they're like, this is not the time to focus on those questions. This is the time to focus on yourself, on your healing, and as you do that, those answers are going to be magnetized to you. You're just going to naturally draw them to you as you go through this healing process. There is a message, well, actually, I'm not going to say that, never mind. We have Neptune, spiritual healing. New secret. Again, this is not related to Secret Valentine, I guess, but you guys had a different message that wanted to come through for you. Aries. Again, spring vibes. And Cancer. So again, I'm really seeing the spring as being important for you guys, especially like Aries through Taurus season. I feel like there's significant changes coming in, where again, I feel like you're getting a lot of clarity, a lot of questions that you have that are unanswered, you may get those answers. And if you haven't met your twin flame, I feel like you may be meeting them at that time. Let's see if there's anything coming through about Secret Valentine. Who secretly wants to be your Valentine? I do think that it's the person from your past. So again, I do feel like a lot of you have like met someone that you think is your twin flame. And again, to be 1000% honest with you, I'm not getting a message about if that person is your twin flame or not. Because what's coming through to me is, for some of you, yes it is, and for some of you, no it's not. And with like a general reading like that, it's challenging to kind of give a more specific answer than that. Beyond, like, some of you, yes, you have met the twin flame, some of you, no, you haven't. But regardless of whether that person is your twin flame or not, I do think the person that wants to be your Secret Valentine is the person from the past. It feels like this person, I think you're in their dreams a lot. And I feel like there was a lot of unexpressed emotion between the two of you in general. I feel like you didn't express yourself fully to this person, and this person didn't express themselves fully to you, and there's a lot of regret around that, where this person is wondering, if I had said how much I cared about you, would things be different? If I had really told you how special you were to me, would things have been different? That's what's on this person's mind. And this person, like, they're thinking about you, they're thinking about getting back with you. But this person's also pretty self-protective. Like, that's one of the reasons why they didn't say that. So I don't know that this person is going to reach out, but this person is definitely thinking about you. And again, one thing that your guides want you to know is that this person cared for you very deeply, but they had a really hard time expressing that. We have self-doubt. This person, I think, has low self-esteem. And they're afraid of being rejected. They're afraid of not being good enough, and that's something that's very scary to them. And that's part of the reason why they didn't tell you how they felt. They saw you as this like amazing person, and they saw themselves and felt like they didn't have enough to offer you. One thing your guides are also encouraging you to work on is your self-esteem, especially your self-esteem without being in a relationship. Like, building your self-esteem not on other people's opinions, not on like the relationship that you're in, but really on like what you want, your values. like really drawing the focus back to yourself. We have the Love card. The Movement card. Oops. And also the Choice card. So again, I am seeing like a very significant relationship come in soon. I think for right now, you're being encouraged to focus on healing. And again, the message that's coming through to me is like, this is the final push. Because your guys are like, we can sense you're a little bit frustrated. And they're like, we get it. But this is like the final push. Like this is the final bit that needs to be done. And they're like, some of like this stuff is what you've been putting off throughout your healing journey. And it's almost like the most important, if that makes sense. Your guides are saying also like being active is going to be one way to help move those emotions out, whether it's through yoga, through running, body work, just dancing, especially, that could be really good. But like moving is going to help you move some of these emotions through your body. And again, your guides want you to know that this person from the past cares about you very deeply, but struggles with expressing that. And there's just a message that they want you to know that. This person wants you to know that, and the universe wants you to know that that person did care for you a lot. They didn't show it, probably, but they did care for you a lot. So what message is coming through for Valentine's Day for you? What Valentine's Day message is coming through? What do you need to know or need to hear, pile 3? Ooh. 8 of Wands. Exciting. What Valentine's Day message is coming through for you, pile 3? The Wheel of Fortune, are you joking? And let's get one more. Stop! Stop. Temperance! What an amazing final spread to get. The 8 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and Temperance. And the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, here's a couple things that are coming through. Again, your guys are like, changes are coming in so fast. I mean, we have the 8 of Wands, which represents quick movement. The Wheel of Fortune, which represents moving into a new cycle. And Temperance, which represents balance and also divine intervention. So again, you are moving, and to me, Judgment and Temperance are kind of linked with divine intervention, like a wake-up call. You are moving into a new cycle in your love life. You are calling in this significant relationship. It's coming in really soon. These are all really fast-moving cards. Again, your guides are saying there is healing left to do, but it's not going to take very long if you put your head down and just do it. Again, your guides are like, this is a motivational thing, where they're like, this is the final stretch. If you just put your heart and soul into doing this, it's going to happen so fast. And again, what they're really saying, it's emotional healing. It's emotional healing that really needs to happen right now. I do see you getting a message potentially from this person from the past on social media, and that may help provide some clarity to some of these answers or some of these questions. But your guides are saying it's not helpful to keep going back and forth of like, is that my person? Is it not my person? Have I met them? Have I not met them? Your guides are like, you can't think your way into the answer. You can only experience it. And with the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance, there are divine synchronicities at play. Like, you can't fully, it's like your human mind can't comprehend the full scope of this story. And so your guides are like, the more that you try to do that, the more you're going to end up frustrated. That's partially why you're kind of frustrated right now, because you're trying to understand things through a human perspective that just can't be understood in that way. Your guides are like, you can't think your way into the answer. You can only feel it and experience it. And that's going to happen as you do this healing. Again, your guides are like, no more wishy-washy stuff. Like, let's just put the pedal to the metal, get this stuff done, and bring in the divine soulmate. That's really, it's like, it's coming in soon. Again, if you commit yourself to healing, if you commit yourself to doing this, and your guides are saying what they're asking you to do isn't easy because you've been putting it off, this emotional healing. But once you allow yourself to do that and go through that, A, you're going to feel a lot better, and B, this person is going to be magnetized to you like nobody's business. And it's also going to release a lot of feelings of confusion, give you a lot of clarity, and help you understand help put the past more into perspective. So that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile 3. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you for letting me share this message with you. I do offer private readings. You can see my website, blatherbie.com, for more information if you are interested. Once again, sending a lot of love and light your way, and have a great day.